Okay. Ooh, we can also risk it in United Battlefront, but I think this is better for us, to be completely honest with you guys. So that sucked. We're gonna go to that. We're going to take the relic out. We're going to copy the repurposing bay ability. I mean, we are going to go get simulacrum, making our creatures bigger. I'll take the spring-loaded saw blades for sure. And we are going to take another perilous snare, making our creatures even bigger, taking out the other cloud. And now we get to attack for a lot. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another video on the channel. Today's video is gonna be another deck tag, and this time is standard rank, just like you guys love, and it's a deck that I love. Spider-Man from Temu, aka Through the Omen Paths, came out like what, 2 or 3 weeks ago already, and I haven't brought to the channel a single artifact deck. Like, who am I, right? The audacity. But after careful consideration, I decided to get my thinking hat on and just try these these 2 cards from the new set that they were a very pleasant surprise. I'm not gonna lie to you. Phenomenal Recorder allows you to do crazy things as long as you have the mana. We are running only 22 lands, which is a change I made like halfway through the video because we were running just 21, but it really did make a change. Reality Fulcrum is a card that costs 4, so it synergizes perfectly with Simulacrum Synthesizer, you know. When this artifact enters, exile the top 2 cards of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may play those cards, then you can tap it, add 2 mana in any combination of colors, spend this mana only to cast spells from exile. So it's kind of a dead card after that first turn, right? Turn cycle where you can play the cards it exiled, but apart from that, it's pretty solid. I can see Phenomenal Recorder being a better option, so you should probably play more Phenomenal Recorders. I only have 2, so I only use 2. Same with the Enigma Jewel. I can see this being better to utilize because you can spend 2 to activate abilities from your cards, so you can pay these 2 to activate the copying ability of the Phenomenal Recorder. You can pay 2 to activate the ability of Repurposing Bay. You can pay 2 to activate the draw 2 cards from Hedron Archive. Apart from that, it's a basic artifact build with a little bit of a difference, which is I added Ugin and Hedron Archive about halfway through as well, because the deck had, I think, 4 Cryogen Relics, 4 Clay Fired Bricks, 1 less land, I'm not mistaken, and maybe I'm forgetting about some other card that I think I have 3 Reality Fulcrums instead of just 2. But you know, the deck works pretty well like this. We definitely have a positive win rate. I think it's about 55% win rate in like 30 plus games, which is not that terrible. It could be better, of course, so let me know what changes you guys make. After watching the videos, I think you will like the gameplay, to be honest. So after watching the video, let me know what changes you would make down in the comments. Let me know if you enjoyed playing with this deck, and let me know how it went for you. And I guess that's it. I'll let the gameplay speak for itself, and really hope you enjoy the video. Let's get into some games. I've tried to get this into an even playing field in the sense that we lost like 3 or 4 games yesterday, then 1-1. So it was like 3-1. Right now I think we are 5-5, so starting from a 50% win rate, it's a little bit slow, and I don't know what our opponent might play, so I think I'll keep either way, even though it's a little bit slow. Yeah, Pinnacle Starcage will be amazing in this game. I'm gonna put an island just to put the fear in God in my opponents. Pinnacle Starcage will be the MVP, I already know that. And I will play it as soon as I can. Which will most likely be on turn 3. That is actually pretty good. Not gonna complain a bit about that one. So we have now, we're gonna gain 2 at least, depending on what our opponent plays. Perfect. So we're gaining 3 life and we're losing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think. So we're gonna go to 16 or nothing. Or nothing. It's either or. I think I'll just Pinnacle Starcage either way, man. Like, I don't know what our opponent might have, but I feel like this is the... Okay, I'm fine with that. That does nothing. This isn't... what's it called? This isn't like targeted ability. This is... this is basically a board wipe. So, okay, so now I have 2 options. I think this is the best one. I could Cryogen Relic and Perilous Snare most likely. I'll draw, I'll take Enduring Innocence out of the equation. Sorry for doing this sometimes with the mouse, but I don't know if it's the battery that's dying or whatever, but it's been happening a lot and a lot sooner, but it's also like a crappy mouse, so don't know if I can really be that surprised. Okay, so I think it's time to Repurposing Bay and immediately go crack the Cryogen Relic for a beautiful simulacrum, you know? Like, I need to be very careful. That sucked. I need to be very careful with my clicks. I think I'm gonna connect my mouse to the... Yeah, there we go. That should be much better now. Okay, I'm not worried at all. Not even a little bit. We're gaining life. It doesn't really matter what... But, like, taking 5 in this situation matters absolutely nothing. So we have 5. I can go with that and still have 4, so that we can either play a Reality Fulcrum or a Perilous Snare on... I think I'm gonna go do that. Prepare the board to Repurposing Bay next turn and start putting some stuff here. So Delny definitely needs to go, and now we have a 7/7 on the battlefield that we can use to block. Even if our opponent kills the 7/7, I don't think he can kill us that quickly, so I'm fine, perfectly fine with that. Now it's just a matter of time until we get the win. I really was going to say that. Now it's just a matter of time until we get the win, and that's exactly what we managed to do. Yeah, like, it was very slow, but turn 1 I saw the red and I was like, yeah, Pinnacle Starcage is going to be an MVP here. And it was. Our opponent started off super strong with 2 Voice of Victories and a Stadium Headliner, but immediately after we played the Starcage, the game was pretty much over, you know. This deck with Repurposing Bay can go get whatever we need, so you just need something that costs 2, and we have a lot of stuff like Cryogen Relic, Clay Fired Bricks. This helps ramp, gaining lands at least, and the relic helps drawing, so it makes all the sense in the world. Next turn I would most likely Reality Fulcrum 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Reality Fulcrum and use the Repurposing Bay ability to Clay Fire Bricks. I could even just use the Repurposing Bay ability, go get the Fire Crystal to make everything have haste, and then Reality Fulcrum or something like that. So we were in a pretty good position. We won pretty fairly and easily, so let's get into another one. Okay guys, let's see if we can go 3 for 3. That's a pretty cool avatar, actually. I kind of want to keep this because, you know, 2 Simulacrum Synthesizers in your hand, a Perilous Snare. We have this. I'm gonna try it. Screw it. If we lose this one, it's on me. I'm not gonna complain. And depending on what the our opponent actually does and how the game goes, this might even go to into the video, just so you know that I don't always okay, so this is gonna be a mono black deck, demon deck. That is fine. Let's start simulacruing. Hopefully we can accrue. I'm gonna do something that you probably shouldn't, but I'm gonna take this one down because we have another one there, and depending on what our opponent does, we might be able to actually, you know, utilize our mana more efficiently, because I'm going to go get this. This does nothing except giving me 2 life and cleaning out our deck a little bit more, and I think I'm just gonna pass turn for now. Depending on what our opponent does, this might have been fantastic or terrible. So this is gonna, yeah, this is gonna give, okay, that's fine. So it has a counter. What am I gonna kill? I'm gonna kill that demon wall, or at least try to, because this one will disappear next turn, and I will perilous snare. I kind of want to risk this, but I would need a land, so I'm not going to. I will perilous snare the Ouroboros though. Of course I have to do that. And yeah, so that disappears, does nothing. Our opponent can kill this 5/5 pretty easily in these colors. He can take out of the perilous snare. He can take care of the perilous snare or the synthesizer as well pretty easily in these colors. Okay, ritual chamber, that's perfectly fine by me. Perfectly fine by me. I will you know what? I think I'm gonna risk it. I know that's a 6/6, and he's gonna gain life because of that and do all sorts of stuff. But I kind of want to make our creatures bigger, and I also want to draw more cards. Pinnacle Starcage is a good one. Yeah, I will keep. I will go with the Cryogen Relic. I think I can still play this, or no? I don't think. I guess not, I mean. Okay, that's fine. It took 8. So right now our opponent can't really attack because he's dead on board unless he takes one of our creatures out. Okay, now he can because he has a blocker, but he knows we have a lot of stuff, so let me see, what does this do actually? Draw a card whenever you attack, put a counter. Okay, so he chose the counter one. Yep, that's fine. That is absolutely a-okay with me. So let me do the math. We cannot do that. We will have to just perilous snare and see if we can end the game right now. We're perilous snaring the Llanowar elves, and we got the win. That was perfect, actually. That was amazing. We chose a very risky hand, if I'm not mistaken, but can't complain, I guess. The deck performed exactly how the deck is supposed to perform, you know. We have a lot of stuff to do every turn, not getting mana screwed or mana flooded, which that can happen, just not often, especially mana flooded, you know. But we got a good amount of mana, also thanks to cards like Clayfire Bricks and Cryogen Relic. The 2 perilous snares were very important. One dealt with one of the most important creatures of any green deck, which is Ouroboros. and the other one just dealt with the only blocker our opponent had. Maybe we can say he should have been a little bit more careful, you know, played it a little bit safer, because he knows we're playing a bunch of he knows we have Perilous Snare, for example. So hindsight 2020, I guess. We got the win. Let's get into another one. Definitely not something that's like I'm not gonna say coded in the game, but definitely not something that is, you know, weird or anything. This card deck usually doesn't play with a lot of creatures, but if our opponent has something, to force us, okay, that's fine. What the hell? Like, that makes no sense to me. In all honesty, that's unless you do play with a lot of creatures, that makes no sense to me. But what do I know, right? Okay, let's start with this and see what we will get. Actually, neither. Actually, neither. Okay, that one's actually better. I will Synthesizer again. That's not a demon, so... Oh, those are perfect. Yeah, those are very good. I'll keep those. Let's see if this one survives so that I can block with. If not, then next turn we'll probably just Perilous Snare, which is fine-ish. Okay, it did not, of course. Nothing too surprising. We are on, what, 8 life? No demons, so our opponent's on 13. And yeah, I'll just Perilous Snare and see where we go from here. I'll take out the Slasher, create 2 tokens, and just pass turn. Next turn we'll have 2 spring-loaded Saw Blades available. We also will have the United Battlefront available, so that is something. We're losing 2 now. I guess our best chance is to just try and do that. That sucks. Okay, so I'll go with the Simulacrum and the Clay-fired bricks. We're creating a bunch of tokens. Our opponent is forced to block. Yeah, okay, those 2 are much better. Our opponent is definitely forced to block with the demon. We have 8 life, and our opponent either finishes the game or there's always something we can do. So we'll see. Let us hope we just get the chance to finish this one out. Good game. Tiny Bones does nothing, I don't think. Forsaken Miner does nothing, I don't think. Unholy Annex definitely does nothing. And I'm just gonna pass turn and get the win. So, we got lucky with the amount of simulacrums we had, but our opponent did have some responses. Maybe was a little too greedy with the first Feed the Swarm. The second one was kinda well utilized, you know. He took out a 3/3 token that could have blocked the Slasher, so that made sense. But the first one, he just used it to take out an Authority of the Councils. I don't think that makes any sense. Sure, this is a much more creature heavy deck than I was expecting, so I would be gaining a little bit of life, but I don't know, maybe wait a turn or two just to see what I have that's more dangerous than that. You know, like all of these 9/9s, for example, maybe could have done something in the last turn. We got the win, cannot complain. Let's get into another one. I actually made a couple changes to the deck. Tried to make it better, obviously. I don't know if that will work, I guess we'll see. Try to make it a little bit more aggressive, also harder to, I don't want to say maneuver because I don't think that's necessarily the case, but harder to pull off maybe consistently. Sorry. Hello. This is one of the changes I made, so yep, there you go. It's one of them. Let's see, man, I don't know. I added Ugin and I think Hedron Archive. Took out one Reality Fulcrum. And I think one clay-fired bricks in this case, and I think that was it. Also added one more land, so I'm sure I made other changes, but I'm gonna draw. I think that's the best case here. Authority is pretty good. I think next turn is Authority and spring-loaded saw blades and see what's up. He behold the dragon. Okay. So Authority, and then we chill with the spring-loaded saw blades. See what we kill. If we kill anything, I mean. So obviously dragons is players can't gain life. Yeah, I think that's what I will kill immediately. Like I don't mind taking the 3 or 4. Okay, so he took 2, I took 2, but now he's taking, we're taking more. So I think I'm gonna try and set up the next turn because, yeah, I'm gonna go with the repurposing bay and the phenomena recorder, because next turn I will try and use the repurposing bay ability and copy it with the phenomena recorder to go get, most likely that costs 2. It depends on what our opponent plays. If our opponent plays nothing, we'll just go with simulacrum. Okay, so that might change some things. I'll still do the same thing, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that we might have to go with a different card now. So I will go get, obviously, the simulacrum, Hedron Archive, and the relic. Hedron Archive will be good, but now I kinda need to get the perilous snare so we can take out the screaming nemesis. Well, maybe we'll get a blocker, maybe not, I don't know. So I think next turn the plan is probably the same, but with a Hedron Archive getting into the battlefield. Okay, another Iron Claw will get a life. We will lose a life the moment that Iron Claw attacks. Well, technically 2. I'll take that one. I don't mind going to 5. Okay, if I Hedron Archive, I will have 3 mana available, right? I'll get another creature. So maybe not Hedron Archive, actually. Maybe I'll do the same thing. Spend 4 mana. Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing. Well, first, I'm going to attack. Now I'll do the same thing. So I'll pay 2. I'll take out the spring-loaded saw blades. I'll go get another simulacrum. Wait, didn't I copy? Okay. I guess I didn't copy. Well, I guess I have a perilous snare in my hand either way, so who cares? Yeah, I'll take that one out. I'm creating an army, so I thought I copied. Clearly I did not. So we're only on 5 life. That's extremely doable for our opponent. And we got the win. That was goddamn close. That was really close. We went to 2. If our opponent had one more red source, I'm sure we would have been killed this turn. I should have copied the repurposing bay thing, because I was gonna go with the Pinnacle Star Cage most likely, but I also should have probably went with the Edron Archive so that this turn I could play Yugin and start gaining life. This is a red deck, so we were very lucky, but we'll take it. Let's get into another one. Otobi is our next opponent. That first win was pretty decent. This is risky, but with 2/3 of the consoles and only needing one more, we can also play the recorder, and only needing one more for the repurposing bay. I'll keep it. Like I said, super risky, but we'll take it. Okay, we just got the 3rd land we needed. These colors scream creatures, tokens, go wide strategies, go to the face strategy, so I think the 2 authority of the consoles are going to be very important, but we'll see. Interesting. Very interesting. We can actually go with that as well. And now the phenomenal recorder. Now, there's a big issue here. We don't really have anything to use the repurposing bay with, or on, or whatever, but we do have a lot of cards that we can get eventually, I guess, but I'm kind of looking more into getting removal, to be honest. Like these two, that's definitely not it. That is a crappy draw. Crappy draw if I ever saw one. I'm going to repurposing by either way. Worst case scenario, we might have to repurposing by phenomenal recorder, and then I don't know, maybe I don't know, get to what's it called? Okay, so we got one thing which is decent. We can actually play this and then repurposing bay and get a oh my god, and get a so Pinnacle Star Cage or whatever. No, I don't really know what's best here. I think, yeah, I'm gonna go with the Simulacrum. We still are on 12 life, which is not terrible. Sorry, we're still on 12 life, which is not terrible. Let us hope we can survive at least, because next turn we're going to, I guess, United Battlefront. I guess that's our way of trying to get out of this. I don't know. Is this if our opponent doesn't take out the Simulacrum? So at least 5 we're definitely getting dealt. Oh, we're going to 2. Jesus Christ, tell me. Okay, so I just pray that we will be able to find some good things here. 2 perilous snares are not bad. We could get 2 perilous snares there. Perilous snare. Pinnacle is just artifacts and stuff, so not really what I'm looking for. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the 2 perilous snares. We're gonna get 2 big creatures, and we're gonna remove. I don't need that or that. Like, I don't even know, to be fair. Yeah, I'll take that because he needs a creature to make that work, and we'll have 2 blockers. So he needs a creature, he needs haste. I'm not gonna use Adagia, I really need to block, but he might just have burst lightning or something and just kill us immediately. So let's hope not, but that might be the case. If he puts a creature, we go to 4. If he doesn't, okay, so we go to 4. That's beautiful, I think. Yep, we're going to 4. Okay, let's see what he gets, because we still have some stuff up our sleeves, you know. We're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana, which means we can actually play the relic, the cryogen relic, repurposing by it, and then copy the repurposing by trigger. Okay, ooh, we can also risk it in United Battlefront, but I think this is better for us, to be completely honest with you guys. So that sucked. We're gonna go to that. We're going to take the relic out. We're going to copy the repurposing bay ability, I mean. We are going to go get Simulacrum, making our creatures bigger. I'll take the spring-loaded saw blades for sure. And we are going to take another perilous snare, making our creatures even bigger, taking out the other cloud. And now we get to attack for a lot and basically pray. Basically pray, that's it. That our opponent doesn't have 3 to kill us in hand. Like, there's a lot of stuff in red that can just kill us, and we got the win. That was, again, super lucky. Another super, when I say lucky, I mean in the sense that we managed to survive on very low health, but repurposing bay plus phenomenal recorder, what a combination. Not a combo, but what a combination, man. Honestly, that is very, very, very solid. I think people are sleeping on this card, to be completely honest with you guys. It's very, very good. Very, very good. Let's get into another one. It's been getting harder than I thought to climb up the rank. But after 2 more games, I'll keep this, but after 2 more games where I didn't record, we're again on the brink of it. So let's see if we get the rank up. The deck is positive in win rate. I just checked on Untapped, so especially after the changes we made. When I say we, I mean me. I don't know why I say we. It feels like there's a whole team behind this instead of just a random dude, but no, just a random dude. So I'll just pass turn. There's nothing to do here. Our opponent's creatures will come in tap, and I will immediately kill this one. First of all, it's a demon, which means that I would say it's mono black demons, but that's kind of impossible. So I'm just gonna play the repurposing bay and move on with my life. If this is demons, I don't really know what our opponent might have, or why it might need the white. But so I'm gonna eat run archive and then repurposing bay into obviously the simulacrum. Sure, why not? Yeah, I think I like this. I think I'll take those two. Yeah, I think so. Those seem nice. I wouldn't mind getting a perilous snare first, but so definitely the land. And I'm gonna simulacrum actually. Okay, we still have 4 mana, so we can actually play the United Battlefront. These are not bad at all, but like I said, we're looking for something a little bit better for us. So let's see. Damn it. We will take it either way, but it's not what we wanted, to be honest. So none of these. Now let's see what our opponent does. It's very easy, I'm sure, to just wipe the board clean, but at the same time I can just in a turn easily, yeah, that's perfectly fine. I think we're gonna win this next turn, because we are going to do something that is kind of weird, which is we're going to take out the repurposing bay, get the fire crystal. Oh yeah, we are not, because of the authority of the consoles. I forgot about that one. Our opponent said good game because I'm pretty sure he thought the same thing, but we are super solid still. Don't you worry about that. Even if he does the same thing, unless he wipes the board of artifacts, and then we're completely absolutely screwed, which I really hope he doesn't. We are super solid, and next turn we're gonna get something different, like a perilous snare. We will most likely sacrifice 2 creatures, yeah, of course, so no worries. And pass to attackers. We're gonna put this one in, does absolutely nothing, and we don't even need to go look for the perilous snare. That's gorgeous, man. So we got a perilous snare. Now we get the chance to win the game. What the hell? Okay, it doesn't matter. We're still gonna win this game this turn, because I'm just gonna go do this, take out the spring-loaded saw blades. I forgot that thing would go first, and we're gonna get the other simulacrum. Just gonna get a bunch more tokens. Does not matter, and we are winning this game and getting our rank up. I forgot about the order of the triggers. The stack is important. Do not forget about the stack. But we got the rank up. We got the win. Very happy about this. This stack works fantastically. It's a shame we did not get to see cards like Phenomena Recorder in this game, but we saw it in other games. Pretty happy. I think we're gonna leave the gameplay here, but let's see what happens next, guys. So final thoughts, everyone. As you guys know, I love me some artifacts, and this deck works pretty well. Like Phenomena Recorder is a real game changer. Maybe you should run 4 of these, because you know they're very, very good. I can see Phenomena Recorder, the Enigma Jewel being like a great combo, because you can just use the 2 from the Enigma Jewel to pay for the Phenomena Recorder, and then just go, if you have several, just go all out insane, copying things and then doing crazy shenanigans. I can see that working out pretty well. I just have two, so this is the one I use, and I only have one Enigma jewel as well, so that's the only thing I can do. And then you have Reality Fulcrum, which is also pretty good. It synergizes perfectly with the Simulacrum Synthesizer. Plus, you can play some of the things that it immediately draws, quote unquote. You know, you get to exile and you have a full turn after to play those things. So you can exile things that are very helpful or not, but you can still play it next turn. And this adds 2 mana of any combination of colors to cast those spells. Also not legendary, so you can play more, but it's a little bit more expensive, so that's why I only play with 2. So, you know, the Fire Crystal is a card that can just finish a game by itself. If you have the Fire Crystal and 2 or 3 Simulacrum Synthesizers, it's GG for your opponent. It almost doesn't matter what your opponent has, because you have so much control here, you know, cards like Authority of the Councils, Spring-Loaded Saw Blades, Perilous Snare, Pinnacle Starcage, even Ugin we can call that control, you know, because you get to exile every time you play a colorless spell. So you have so much control that it's quite possible that your opponents don't really have a lot of things on the battlefield, a lot of creatures, a lot of blockers by the time you get to use the Fire Crystal, because you only have one. You can add more, but I only have one. I mean, I have 2, but I only added 1 because of the land situation. Like, we have 4 starting towns and 1 Caveron, but still not easy to play this. And you get to exile it and play with Reality Fulcrum. That works, but if you get it in your hand, it's much harder. You have a little bit of life gain things happening here with Authority of the Councils and Clayfire Bricks as well. So, you know, Repurposing Bay works perfectly with cards like Clayfire Bricks, Cryogen Relic, and Spring-Loaded Saw Blade, so that you can go get the Synthesizers, the Perilous Snares, the Pinnacle Starcages. Sometimes I use it, as you saw in the games, to take out the Perilous Snare and go get the Fire Crystal, especially if I already have some Simulacrum Synthesizers on the board, so that I can try and close out the games in that turn. But anyway, guys, this was the video. I had a really good time playing it. I really think Phenomenal Recorder especially is a great addition to this deck from the new set, but I also really like Reality Fulcrum. I think both of these work out pretty well in this new artifact build that I put together here. Let me know if you guys tried the deck. Like I said, this is the video, this was the deck. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. We're on our way to get to 300 subs. I would love to do it by the end of the month, so we're only 11 subs away of getting that. When we get to 500, I'll do a giveaway for you guys, you know, to show my appreciation. So I really hope we can hit that 500 until the end of the year. Let's hope for that. I will do my best to earn that. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know if you try this deck out. What changes would you make? What would you take out? What would you add? What did you think about these 2 new cards from this new set? And yeah, I guess that's it. I'll see you on the next one.